Sum it up so that you can get the gist of what I was talking about before my lives when I was talking about execution being linked to our past life. So that's exactly why I wanted to do some past life readings today for you guys. So yes, send me roses, send me flowers. I love flowers. Flowers make me happy. Okay, in my natal chart, okay, my Venus is in Libra. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm looking for this Taurus card so I can give you some insight to the Taurus new moon tomorrow. Okay, and like I said, if you send those roses, I will do past life readings. Okay, say hello. I don't bite. I am open for business for readings. I do regular energy readings. I do past life readings. I am a certified meditation and mindfulness teacher. Okay, meaning I went to school for that. And what else? I do love, relationship, obviously. I also help with book publishing. I have 5 published books on Amazon. If you would like to know more about those books, which are mainly poetry, because I also write poetry, you can DM me there. Hold on 1 second. I'm still looking for this Taurus card that seems to be hiding from me. But yeah, make sure before I move on, make sure you're sending the roses. Make sure you're going to my Instagram, the same name, Moon Lady 2 Ys 2 3s, to just get a sum of what I was talking about before on my live, so that we can get into past life readings and how they contribute to the execution that happens now, so that we can talk about the correlation between who you were before and who you're trying to be now, even though we don't really become, we just are. Let me just find this. Oh wow, like, is this thing really hiding from me, this Taurus card? Again, I do readings, I do readings, I do readings, I do readings. And of course, it's the last card that comes up. The Hierophant. Okay, this is the Thoth deck. Okay, however you would like to say it. But this is the Taurus card, okay? Let's take a good look at it. Let's take a good look at it. See, that is the Taurus symbol right there. Okay. This is for any and all Taurus placements. And now if you look, right, he has, this card kind of reminds me of the World card. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a deck before, but this card reminds me of, wow, this is rich and heavy in symbolism. You can see the 5-pointed star. You can see cloves. You can see spikes. You can see animals, elephants, bulls, human, a bird. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Move, man. Hello? Yes, I'm here. Hello. Yeah, look. This card represents Taurus. The other card that represents Taurus is the High Priestess. Now, when you get any one of these cards, the Hierophant, okay, or the High Priestess. Now, notice that they both begin with HI, okay? Now, when you get these cards, and when Taurus season comes around, right, the focus is all in this area. Even your speech. Because Taurus rules the throat. I'm also still trying to find the correlation between Taurus placements and a lot of, how do I say this? Politely, democratically. How do I say this? Taurus placements tend to have very large heads. They tend to have very massive heads, necks, and bodies. And the only other sign whose bodies that I like literally gasp about, right? And I'm a woman, so I'm talking about a man for now, just to go with this example. The only other sign where I'm like, damn, like their body is perfect is a Virgo, because Virgo is the only sign that is represented by a human being. Virgo is the only, it's the only human sign, which, listen, anyway, I'm still trying to find the correlation between Taurus placements and their massive ass heads and their massive ass bodies. But anywho's, right? When we get to Taurus season, we have to focus on the throat. Not only the throat health, we have to focus on our speech. We have to focus on the things that we're learning about. During Taurus season, a lot of people tend to gravitate towards therapists. They tend to gravitate towards, getting a reading. Like, I've had a lot of people come to me about readings. I haven't done a past life reading in a while, which is why I wanted to do past life readings for you guys. Because once you get to the nitty gritty, right, of your past life, because you can't know where you're going and unless you know where you're coming from. I mean, even a car has a rear view mirror. And again, let me just say this, because like I said, I was cut off before from my live. So execution is the only thing that people respect. When you wake up every single day and you check off everything on your list, it helps tremendously with depression, anxiety, and all these things that don't need to be claimed. Stop claiming depression. Stop claiming anxiety. Stop claiming, oh my God, my mental health is deteriorating. Oh my God, stop claiming things that make you weak. Stop professing. Stop projecting things that make you weak. Stop saying things that make you weak. Stop speaking as if your life is over because you didn't get something done. So what you're going to do now, as I'm reiterating, make a realistic list of things that you're going to do for the day. Like I said, even if it is to just wake up, eat, and make sure your kids get to school on time, check the shit off. Positive reinforcement. Speak to yourself like you are someone that you love. Speak to yourself like you're someone that you truly care about. Speak to yourself as if you are going to get it done, because you will. You have to have an element of speaking from the future. That way, everything in between can get you to it. It can get you to it. Who's this? Hold on 1 second. La da da dee da 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 da. La da da dee da 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 da. La da da dee da, la da 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 dee da, la da dee da 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 da. Hold on. Be my lover. I wanna be my lover. La da da dee da 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 da. Hold on 1 second. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ay, ay, ooh, ooh, ay, ay. Okay. So, now. Let's see. I'm trying to... Next update. I'm sorry, guys. TikTok is playing games. TikTok is playing GAMES. GAMES. Okay, now let's do an energy reading for Taurus season. So if you know anybody that's into astrology, if you know anybody that's spiritual, if you know anybody that just needed a little bit of advice for Taurus season. Please send them this live. Share the live, repost the 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 live. Okay, we're not going to turn over this card yet. Share the live, repost the live. Okay, you guys, like, people have to start singing more. That's also good to do during Taurus season, is singing. A lot of Taurus placements, since it rules the throat, is good singing. Pisces are good singers. If you look at a celebrity's chart who sings or raps, they most likely have a prominent Gemini placement, or they have a prominent Pisces placement. Okay. What's your boyfriend Tyler's sign? And how old is he? Give me his birthday. With your permission. With your permission. With your permission. Share the live, repost the live. Share the live, repost the live. Share the live, repost the live. Okay, baby, is that his birthday or your birthday? Share the live, repost the live. I'm going to pick, give me 1 second. I'm just going to pick one more card. Just going to pick one more card for Taurus season. Cancer 27. All right, you tell me. Do you want me to tell you what you want to hear, or do you want me to tell you the truth? You tell me, baby. Do you want me to tell you what you want to hear, or do you want me to tell you the truth? Okay. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Bree, you let me know what the number 17 means to you. Tell me what the number 17 means to you. I am... No, tell me what the number 17, 17, tell me what that number means to you. Is it a birthday? Is it a locker number? Is it a, what is it? I'm also assuming that you, hold on 1 second. I'm also assuming, right, that you have money. I assume that you have money. He likes your money. I'm trying to be delicate because I am in my 30s and you are younger, and I know the mind state of that. So let me try to I'm trying to put it in words where I'm trying to put it in words that can help the collective, right? Not just necessarily help you, but I like to just give like a broad message, right? Okay, and you said you wanted the truth. So, you know, if you don't like anything that I say, then as a word of advice from an older woman with 2 children, okay, 21, depending on his upbringing, a man with money at 21 doesn't really scream commitment. It doesn't really scream, this is the one girl. Well, you don't have to tell me why you have suspicions. If you're already sketchy about it, it's probably already happening. It may not be full blown out cheating, but if he's attractive, if he's cute in the face, and he has money, and if he has a car, I don't I don't see how that can correlate to a monogamous relationship. And I always tell women that true love is self-love. True love, the only time that you're going to get or maybe he has scabies, girl. You know they try to do that when they get the little creepy crawlies. That's what they try to do. Okay? But you know, if you guys are that young, you know, it doesn't get, like I said, it really depends on his upbringing. You know what I'm saying? It depends on his upbringing. It depends on the type of home that he came from, you know. And then once you're 21, that's still kind of fresh out of your home. When you're 21, or anybody, because I have nieces that were born in 2000, and they're in committed relationships. One of them just had a baby. But because you guys are so young, I wouldn't even let it tax your emotions like that. You know what I mean? And if things are good now, what my advice, this is my advice to you, right? Before I get into the Taurus reading, this is my advice to you. Focus on the money. Start putting money aside for yourself. That way, God forbid, if something does happen, you know, you guys are still together, you get older, he meets somebody out, he meets somebody else. You got your money to hold you over. And don't focus on whether he's cheating on you or not. You should focus on whether he's being a good person. Of course it's weird because he's a young 21-year-old man that wants to do what he wants to do. When my son turns 21, okay, he sounds like he's doing pretty well for himself. So if that's the case, I wouldn't really worry about him cheating. I would worry about if he's being a good person to me. I would worry about if he's taking care of me, if he's buying me things, if he's paying my bills. Like I'm at you should never, ever, ever be speaking to a man. No, my card actually, to me, your heart is already breaking. That's what my cards are saying. Your heart is already breaking. So let it break. Get what you can out of this man and call it a day. And call it a day. True love is self-love, okay? So now, on my Patreon, right? And you can sign up to my Patreon for free. I have a whole bunch of like love things. I have relationships. I have breakdowns of the planets. I want to be with him though, but not if he has someone else he's been messing with. Well, like I said, if I'm gonna talk to you like I would talk to my 21-year-old self. Being with him would not be my focus. Being with, I'm like I said, I'm trying to find the words to help the collective. I'm trying to find the words to help the collective, not just you. At you guys' age, okay, and please, 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 please take heed to my words. I've learned a lot of things the hard way. Okay, I've learned a lot of things the hard way. I don't want to get in the way of your path or your karma, but do not Make this man the focus of your life. Do not make any man the focus of your life until he puts that ring on your finger. And even then, you have to harness your energy for yourself. All the love that you are projecting out needs to be sustained within. Now, if we're talking about Taurus season and the important things to do during this time, right? So what came up we have here is the 7 of discs. Now, this says failure. This says Jupiter, or is this, I can't tell this symbol. Saturn and Taurus? I think this is Saturn and Taurus. Now, for a Taurus season, there may be a lot of issues regarding womb, pregnancy, or there could be secrets. There could be backstabbing when it comes to money. People may be spending money on other people that are supposed to go to you. There are just a lot of missteps with the way that people are handling you. And you need, this is the time, right? This is not the time to speak up for yourself verbally. This is the time to speak up for yourself with the things that you're doing. That's why the theme that I'm sticking to is execution. Because if you're not doing what you need to do for yourself, your mind is going to be consumed on the people that are failing you. I don't know if you guys can see this card. If you are not executing, if you are not doing the things that you need to do for yourself, you're going to be focused on the people that are failing you. You're going to be focused on the people that want to take from you. You're going to be focused on the people that just like you know, those old like pyramid scheme people that try to get you to do certain things that only benefits them. Whenever you have somebody that is with you, around you, or wants to do something for you, or wants something from you, you have to ask yourself, okay, this is how you know if you can trust a person or not, right? Pay attention to my words very carefully. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can trust a person or not. And it's very simple. It's not what they say. It's what they do. A lot of the times we become heartbroken is because people say one thing and we get caught up on their words. And we don't pay attention to the shit that they're doing. We don't pay attention to what they're executing in their life. We're not paying attention to if they're even taking care of themselves. We're not even paying attention to the things that they say that they're going to do. Because it never comes. It never fucking comes. The only way that you can trust people is if you follow what they do. Okay? Words, they come like that. Words, they come like that. Anybody can talk. Anybody can say anything. Anybody can say whatever. They can say the sky is purple. But it's about what you see. It's not about what you hear. Seeing sometimes is believing. Okay? And you have to believe. You have to believe what you see. Stop hanging on to people's words, okay? And trust what they do. Trust what they do. Trust what they do. Trust what people do. That is the only way that you're going to know how to trust somebody. The next time somebody approaches you about something, or the next time that somebody says something to you, right? Make sure that you're thinking to yourself, what is this person getting out of this? That's how you know if you can trust somebody. So instead of sitting around trying to figure out what they're doing, why they're doing something, because you are never, ever, ever, ever going to know why or how somebody did something. All you're going to know is if it benefited that person or not. And if what that thing is, what that action is, if it benefits them, you will know if you can trust them or not. Okay? And DMX said this best. I don't know how old you guys are in here, but DMX said it best. You have to trust people to be themselves. You have to trust people to be themselves. You have to trust people to be themselves. It's as simple as that. That takes away the strain and the emotions and the emotional attachments and any of the all attachments. Gonna take it away from you. So you can breathe a little lighter. So what we're going to do for Taurus season is take our attention away from the people that are failing us. We're going to take our energy back. We're going to take our power back from the people that are taking from us. Aries season was the warning. That was the crash out. Right now, during Taurus season, you're going to gather your tools. You're going to gather your shit. Okay? I'm not saying leave him. I'm not saying leave your partner. I'm not saying leave your job. I'm not saying any of those things. Right now, you're going to gather all the tools and information that you have. Use it as data. Remember, you are a spiritual being having a human experience. Okay? So you're going to take your spiritual ass away from these things that are depleting you. And you're not going to allow them to deplete you. You're going to accept it 100%. Because once you accept something 100%, you move away from it. Okay? Please share and repost the live. 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 And this is what's going to come once you decide to focus on yourself. Abundance. Abundance. Okay? Abundance. Okay? Abundance. Abundance. Do you see the overflow? Do you see the richness? Do you see the overflow, the richness of what happens when you focus on yourself? Okay? Hello, Angelina. My dad is dead, so thanks, Holy Ghost. Angelina, will Steven and I find our way back? You have to tell me your age and your birthday for me to know. But please, 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 for Taurus season, move away from those dirty fuckers. Move away from those people that are just gonna bring you down. Move away from those people who have no idea what they're doing in their life. Move away from those people that you gotta question everything that they're doing. Stop questioning them and believe what you see. You know what you should be questioning? While we're still sending millions of dollars to other countries and there's homeless people right here in our own country. That's what you should be focused on. You should be focused on leveling up your life. You should be focused on leveling up yourself. And Angelina, if it's meant to be, it will be. And the good thing about this life, right, is that we have an imagination. That's why all the people who talk about therapy and joy, they talk about going to therapy to heal your inner child and all these things about healing your inner child, inner child, inner child, inner child. You want to know why? Because your inner child is your magical powers. Your inner child is your imagination. Your inner child is the innocence within you. And if you forget your innocence, you're going to forget other people's innocence, because other people are just doing what they were taught to do. Other people are doing what they want to do. You clearly want things a certain way. You want things to happen the way that you want them to happen. Why is that not fair for anybody else? Just because they're your boyfriend? Just because you guys used to be together? Just because they're your boss? Just because this and that? They're your mom or your dad? No. Everybody is having their own experience, and everybody is focused on what they want to focus on. Everybody wants what they want, just like you want what you want. So putting attachments and expectations on the things that you yourself expect, on the ways that you yourself behave, is wrong. It's wrong. Of course, the mother is in it because you guys are only 19 years old. You guys should be focused on leveling up yourself so that you, if you are no good to yourself, you will be nothing to anyone. If you are no good to yourself, you will be nothing to anyone. Okay? This is what I will say, right? I want women to stop focusing on love. If you did not get it at home, learn how to cultivate it and bring it out of you. Do the things that you love every day. Brush your hair at least 15 times a day. Remember, your hair is energy too. Your skin is energy too. Okay? I see a lot of you are very, very young women in here. You have to take care of yourself. Brush your hair every day. Clean up after yourself. Don't leave things lying around. Keep all your spaces neat and clear. Okay? Incorporate colors into your world. Okay? If you are super depressed, or if you have made a boy or a man the center of your world, you need to go out into nature. You need to cultivate female friendships where you can go and complain about that man instead of complaining to him all the time, because men cannot deal with women emotions. Men don't deal emotionally with women. They don't. And that makes us as women feel like they don't care. But men and women are different. I know it's 2025 and there's all this hoopla, but I'm sorry. Men and women are different and we are not equal. Okay? Men go out and conquer and women nurture the home. You need to nurture yourself. You need to nurture your body. You need to level up yourself. That way the right man who comes into your life will not make you question him so much. Because the right man will never make you question him. The right man will always show up for you. The right man will never, ever, ever, ever make you question him or his actions. True love is self-love. The only real love that you're going to get from any other person is your child. And if you are going to love a man, you better have this. No ring, no fling. No ring, no fling, no ting. Okay? And now you're not. Do you want to be happy or not? That's not just for you. If I reply to anybody in my lives, it is a collective answer. I like to help the collective. Remember, we were all one. You were with somebody and now you're not. If you're refusing to let go, that is your own doing. Okay? Nobody else should be in your relationship. Nobody. Unless you two are abusing each other or he's abusing you, nobody should ever be in your relationship. You are two human beings having a human experience. Love is God. Start there. You need to build, you need to figure out, you need to get a journal and figure out where your love is coming from. Is it coming from within you, or is it coming from, I need this person in my life? True love is self-love. I'm going to keep saying it. True love is self-love. True love is self-love. Anybody that comes into your life is an addition. Anybody that comes into your life is an addition. What they do and what they say should never affect you. What they do and what they say should never affect you, because you are solid as a rock. You are planted in the ground. You need sun and light just like everybody else. And if somebody's casting a shadow over you and you don't cut it down, you have no one else to blame. You are planted in warm, wet soil. Okay? Why do you think the old school thing to do that has been around for centuries is to give a woman a flower? That's how a man says, I want your flower. We are flowers and we deserve to bloom. We don't deserve to shrivel up. We don't deserve to shrivel up. We are flowers that need to bloom. And how are you going to do that in this Taurus season if you are still chasing or questioning the things that broke you down to begin with? You know what happens, right? And I saw this online somewhere, right? You know what happens when a man leaves you or he's not there anymore? He threw you in the trash. You want him to come and pick you up out of the trash, dust you off and say, oh yeah, let's work this out? I don't think so. When a man puts you in the fucking trash, you know what the fuck you do? You climb out and you go find a better man. You find a better man. Anybody that loves you will never make you question anything. Any man that loves you will never make you question anything. You should never beg for anything. Never. Never. Don't make me jump through this phone. Don't ever beg for love. You were born with it. You have a God-given right to abundance. You are planted. Okay? You were planted on this earth, right? Root to stem. Root to stem. Your root was your mother, your womb. Your stem is your umbilical cord. You are a flower and you are planted. You need sun and light, not shadows. You need sun and light. That's it. Okay? I have about 10 more minutes here. If anybody has any questions, I have about 10 more minutes and I will be doing this every weekend. But I do want to move to every day. Please follow my Instagram. It's the same name. Moon Lady 33. That's MOON. Moon Lady LADYY 33. I am a Leo sun, a Taurus moon, and a Sagittarius rising. In Vedic astrology, I am an Aries moon and a Scorpio rising. This was your Taurus season reading. Please share and repost the live. Please share and repost the live. Please share and repost the live. I am available for readings. I do past life readings. I do love relationship readings. I do meditative therapy, breath control. I do everything. I am your one-stop shop for all things spiritual. I want to say sorry. I want to say sorry in advance for anybody who is just now discovering me, because I've been doing this for over 15 years and I have a 100% success rate. That's execution. And that's what I will leave you with. All of my material can be found on Patreon. Patreon.com/The Creative Cure. One word. Patreon.com/The Creative Cure. Patreon.com/The Creative Cure. If you want to know everything about everything, it's there. That is your new Bible. You can join for free. If not, it is $6 a month. I know you got it. You want to know why I know you got it? Because you're abundant. Period. Okay. Yeah, but I do have children and I have to go tend to them. So I will be back. And hold on, wait. Yes, the new moon in Taurus is tomorrow. That's why I'm doing this live. So I will be going live again soon. For now, this will be a Saturday thing. Saturday morning type of thing. Saturn day type of thing. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here for all